Baik, bertemu kembali dalam Bisnes Awani. Kemajuan pembangunan sosial dan ekonomi di Malaysia telah dikenal pasti oleh Bank Dunia sebagai kejayaan yang boleh dikongsi dan dicontohi oleh ekonomi membangun lain di sekitar Asia. Ini khususnya di dalam sektor kewangan Malaysia yang kukuh disokong oleh polisi serta garis panduan kewangan yang inklusif. Sehubungan dengan pengiktirafan itu, Naib Presiden Bank Dunia untuk Rantau Asia Timur dan Pasifik, Azel Van Transberg, telah melakukan kunjungan rasmi buat pertama kali ke Malaysia sejak dilantik memegang jawatan tersebut pada Februari 2013 dan ikuti temu bual wartawan Serena Manikam bersama Van Transberg yang berbincang mengenai peranan Malaysia selaku negara membangun, contoh dan potensi di Asia serta pengaruhnya di rantau ini.
Hi, Mr. Van Trossenberg. It's a pleasure meeting you here today. And this is indeed your very first visit to Malaysia after your appointment as the Vice President for the World Bank, overlooking the developments in the East Asia and also the Pacific region. And on this specific visit to Malaysia, you will also be meeting up with the Malaysian leaders. And do share with us what would be your primary focus from these meetings.
Well, indeed, I've been appointed since 3 months and I've been visiting the different East Asian countries, and it has been a pleasure that I am here for the first time and have had conversations with the government here in Malaysia. The main purpose is to take stock of our growing program. We have been doing a lot of analytical work and have been intensifying our collaboration over the last couple of years, and we have all the intentions to intensify this.
Your visit to Malaysia is also in line with the World Bank's effort and support towards the sharing of success stories to the other emerging economies in the region. And what would be Malaysia's success story that would be highlighted, and how relevant are these success stories to the other emerging economies in the market?
Well, Malaysia's economic and social achievements have been remarkable. It has, in a spectacular way, reduced poverty, but also has created a couple of things which are different from other countries. One example is the financial sector development, where in terms of Islamic finance, Malaysia is a leader in the world. Also, it has been very successful in increasing the penetration rate or the intermediation rate in the financial sector to a very high degree, where other middle-income countries have had difficulties. Also, in the area of small and medium-sized enterprises, Malaysia has been very successful. And so we feel there are a couple of areas where indeed Malaysia could share its successful experience with the world, and we hope we can do that together.
During this post-election period, the government has been emphasizing a lot on reforms, both on political and also economical reforms. What would be the most pressing reform that needs to be addressed currently?
Well, the World Bank is not providing a priority list to governments. We believe that every government or every country is able to agree on its priority list. What we do is we provide certain areas where we have studies or analytical work. We are not pretending that we are governing, the countries are governing themselves, and they know best how to prioritize. What is clear is that for meeting the challenges of tomorrow, one needs to think ahead. We always feel that apart from the short-term agenda, one should never forget there is a medium and longer-term agenda that one needs to focus on, because that is ultimately what will determine the strengths of the economy in the future.
The World Bank did an upward revision for the voting shares among emerging countries, notably in China 2 years ago. And the ultimate goal for such a revision is to increase the current voting share of emerging countries from 47% up to 50%. Looking at how rapid the economy in the emerging countries, especially in this region, is growing, how soon can we expect to achieve that target?
Well, there will be next year. There will be another review of voting shares. ultimately this is a question of our membership, that are the different countries that will need to negotiate how one can best be represented in a multilateral organization like the World Bank. There are many interests, as you know. What we hope is certainly that these negotiations will be completed successfully. Why is that so? Because a strong agreement is good news for the World Bank, is good news for the international community, because we can then, with also credibility and legitimacy, respond to the needs of tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Van Trossenberg, on your very valuable insight. And again, it was nice meeting you here today.
Thank you for having me.